arm because you're good at what you do.
So yeah, man, I mean, this is the worst test I've ever completed. The worst test by far in my going on 21-year career in pipe welding. This is the worst. I mean, you won't believe it. You won't believe it, man. Hey, but you know, I'm always giving you the real, telling you what it's like in the field, and hey, it's no shame in my game. I've been doing it at a high level for a long time, but every so often, when you get in that weld booth, it's like, why am I here? And it usually happened. Well, I can tell you when it started happening for me. Maybe year 15 or maybe year 13 to 15, one or the other. Like I said, you only can get but so good. I mean, you can master it, in other words. And after you master something, you tend to get a little bored with it. You've been here, you've been there. I mean, you've welded some of the hardest welds, some of the easiest stuff. You did a little bit of everything. And your mind start to go in different directions. You start to say things like, I'm thinking I want to do something different. I might go into supervision. Yeah, so you start thinking about doing things like maybe moving up, like I was just saying, maybe going into supervision or just something other than what you're doing, because the craft that you chose to get into, you're kind of bored with it now. So back to the point, this is the worst test I've ever done in terms of the aesthetics. I mean, from the time I started the welding machine, it's just like a disaster. Like I showed you a second ago, I'm putting my root in on reverse polarity. It's like, hey, what are you thinking? You know what I mean? I put my root in on the wrong polarity, and didn't find out until I switched over to 7018, because like I was just explaining, the pitch of it, the tone is different. It's more like a instead of a, you know. So I went and switched it, finished up with my field pass, and now it's time for the cap. Started off okay, but I'm realizing to myself that why am I here taking a test and they don't have the proper things for me to take the test with. Like, for an example, that jig right there in the corner, that's supposed to be my 45. So if you look at it, it's not rigid. Hold on one second. So again, it's not as rigid as it's supposed to be. Now, I just quickly set it up there, but if you can imagine. Okay, so this is my test. Got it here. It's tacked up here. Sometimes when you're taking the test, you gotta post one of your hands somewhere, or some people like to put their hand on top of the pipe, like this right here, as they go around the pipe and make their weld. But this tripod is kind of flimsy, so when I did decide to put my hand up here, well, guess what you got? You got this right here. You see how it moves? It's tipping forward. So already you're a little frustrated, like, come on, man. Why can't they just set it up the way it should be? They know I'm here to take a test. They could have simply just sent me 20 miles down the road to the test booth, and just one thing led to another. So now I'm saying to myself, damn, I'm realizing that the way I set my pipe up, not paying attention, that it's a little bit too tall. So that right there added to the frustration. Not to mention, I had an apprentice help me pretty much tack the pipe up. And the way we tacked it up, it was about maybe a 3/32 from the root opening. So when I started putting my 6010 in, I freaking welded the pipe that's holding the test coupon. I freaking welded the pipe to the test coupon. This jig right here, the tip of it, right? So the inside of my pipe is here. So if you can see, that's the inside of it right there, the inside. So before I put a tack here, I didn't realize it was that close to the root opening, that pipe. So I tacked it up. And when I started to put my root pass in, I realized, damn, man, I told you to make sure. Yeah, I just got into it with him a little bit. And then I just said, forget it, man. You know what? I'm not even going to fix it. It don't look like it's really in the root opening. So I'm going to just go with it. It's just one of them days. So I start to weld, and the apprentice just want to yap. And I don't mind, because I'm that type of guy. I'm going to help you out. I'm going to show you what I'm doing, show you the steps that I'm taking, and we both going to get something out of it. I'm going to gain a job, and you're going to gain some more knowledge to hopefully put towards your future goals and endeavors of being a pipe welder. So I didn't mind it, but at the end of the day, it was more like a distraction. So many distractions what led up to this right here. I know I'm going a long way, and I'm pretty much blabbing on about a bad test, but hey, this is the reality. This is what you guys are going to be facing as well. At some point in time, everybody go through it and come to these type of conclusions that maybe it's time for you to either step your game up and move on up the ladder in the business. I mean, like I said, I'm going on 21 years in it. Don't get me wrong, there's guys out there that have been welding 40 years, 50 years. Great. If you're that type of person, good. And I'm not saying I'm going to quit welding, but what I'm getting at is, at some point in time, you may lose a little spark. You may lose a little steam. You're eager to get out there and compete and feel like you're the baddest welder and you're going to make the best bead. Sometimes that diminish as you get a little older and your focus goes in different directions. But this is my experience. I'm hearing a lot of the guys I come up with, they say the same thing. Some of them have already got off the tools and went into supervision, became QCs or even general foremans, and even farther up the ladder. But out of the guys I came up with, you know, there's still a lot of us out here, but my immediate circle is just about 3 of us that's still in the same positions that we were in when we started, which are the pipe welding side, not supervision. But other than that, man, I'm gonna show you. It's ugly, believe me. Jeez Louise. I'm saying to myself, like, and I was a little bit reluctant to even show this. I was like, man, don't even do that. Don't show nobody this. But hell, it's the truth. I mean, any of you guys have been following me for a significant amount of time. You know how I get down. But this right here, oh my goodness. For some reason, it felt like I couldn't see the puddle. I was welding, going a different direction. My hand was shaking. It was just a nightmare. When I say a nightmare, I mean a nightmare. I looked at the weld like, bro, did you weld that? Yeah, and it was just a horrible test for me. But it happens. You have good days, you have bad days, and granted, people know me and they know what I can do, so they say the same thing. Wow, yeah, you must have just had a bad day in a booth. I mean, you're gonna have them sometimes. You know, it's always a good thing when you can get the older guys that's on their way out, for sure, you know, kind of reassure you that it's all good, man, and it happens, and sometimes you You get in there and it just don't go your way. Like I said, you just get in the booth and you're just like, why am I here? And it's just your mind is not there for that moment. And this is one of the moments that I experienced in this horrible nightmare of a test. But you ask me, would I have passed a welder with a cap that looked like this? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. Nope. Even the apprentice right here, he's got welds that look better than this.
What's up, man?
Show us your weld. Okay, so while he's gonna pull up his video, I'm gonna continue to show you this ugly stuff.
I got it's no undercut, it's flushed out, it's capped out.
Yeah. See, that even looked better than what I did. That bird crap I put down there, I couldn't believe it, man.
And that was in the booth, you know, I had good lighting.
Let's see. Where you took that at?
I was down in Wendell training facility for local 421.
Yeah, see that looks better than this.
But I mean, you got good and bad days, you know.
Yeah, that's what I know. How old are you?
25 years old.
25.
Yeah, 25.
You're in your third year apprenticeship?
Third year apprentice. Technically it's supposed to be fourth year, but I transferred from local 10. I always rep them where I go, local 10. Thanks to them guys, I became a union member.
So do you if somebody asks you, should they go non-union or union, what would you say?
I would say if they're trying to get experience, I will go depending on the age. So if you're 18, fresh out of high school, I would definitely go union. The earlier you start, the better. Something I wish I could have done, but I didn't know anything about the union when I was 18 years old. But if you really want to gain experience, I'd say go non-union for a little bit, get your experience, and then join the union. But if you're young, it really won't matter if you go union or non-union. But if you really want to gain your experience as fast as possible, I would go non-union and then join the union. Something I could have probably done, but main thing is I got my foot in the door and I'm actually practicing and trying to get better. So I feel like as long as you keep your head up and you keep practicing, you'll be all right. Just got to keep pushing and have the same mentality always. Can't change the mentality.
Okay. All right, well, that's good stuff, man. Yeah, so here we are. It is what it is. Now y'all can like the comments up all you want. That's okay. Okay, I'm built for it. Okay. Y'all seen enough good stuff I done, but you rarely see the bad stuff, and that's intentionally on my behalf, you know. But hey, it's all about being real and transparent and showing you guys the truth, showing you the real about how it really is in the field and some of the things you're really going to experience. Now, again, you guys know me from watching the videos that I'm a really good welder. I've been a lot of places and I can show you a lot of things, but things like this happen, and it happens to the best of us. But yeah, we just cut the straps out though. Here's the straps. Take a look at them. We're gonna bend them and yeah, it's gonna pass. It's definitely gonna pass. But it's just that cosmetically it's horrendous. That is crazy. Yeah, I had my eyes closed right there. Yeah. Oh, that's
my
just
lenses
trash.
were dirty. I had to clean the lenses up.
Yeah, that's just trash right there. I can't even believe that. That is horrible. It's all ropey and choppy. It's supposed to be nice and smooth. Let's see if I can find a good part where okay, like something like this, in a sense. And that's still a little ugly. It got a BB right there, but it needs to be smooth, not ropey and choppy like that right there, or better yet, like this right here. That's a little ropey. You want it to be consistent. This is bad, like this right here. This is horrible. You know, it's supposed to be like that. You want more of a consistent. Let me just show you one of my tests that is really good. But yeah, so that's how it's supposed to look. But yeah, just sharing, checking in with y'all. Don't forget to go to mygoldenarm.com. I know by the time you guys see it, wintertime might be over by the time you guys see this video, but represent. And I will see you on the flip side. Right?
Yes. Deuces, people.
Yeah, so despite the fact that that test was such an ugly test, it passed with flying colors. So another job, more money, more opportunity to get to meet people that I haven't seen before, and just in a whole complete different area. So yeah, there you have it. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. Sometimes it's gonna look good, sometimes it's gonna look bad, but for the most part, as long as you can be at peace with yourself and accept the fact that you're not always going to have a perfect day, then you're going to be okay.